Hello everyone, welcome to Crack Grade B. My name is C.A. Jivananja and this is MCQ of Chapter 8 of Companies Act. So these are relevant for SEBI examination. As promised, I have presenting these MCQ and will continue these MCQ series for your preparation. Keep visiting our channel. So let's begin. A further advice, please try to solve these questions by yourself. It will be good for your understanding and memorizations. So let's begin with the first question. The question 1 says, where a dividend is declared by a company and remains unpaid for following days, the company shall transfer the amount to unpaid dividend account within another following days. So it means the dividend is much more regulated by the Companies Act as well as SEBI. So in case earlier, that is 2 or 3 decades earlier, the dividend is not that much regulated. But right now, in case any dividend which is not paid by any hook and crook, anything, any circumstances, so ultimately that need to be deposited with the investor education and protection fund. This is last step, but before this, it need to be deposited in unpaid dividend account. So we have to specify the time frame. So let's see the explanation part. So it is saying, as per section 124, that is unpaid dividend account, company has to pay dividend within 30 days from date of allotment or declaration of dividend. If dividend is not claimed within 30 days, that is this 30 days, by the shareholder, that is shareholder is not coming with their bank account or further detail to establish their claim on dividend and to getting their dividend in their account, amount will be transferred to the unpaid dividend account opened by the company within 7 days after expiry of these 30 days. So the option will be 30 days and 7 days. That is 30 days for unpaid and 7 days to payment in unpaid dividend account. So let's move to the next question. Dividend can be declared out of. So dividend need to be declared not from revaluation reserve, not from some other reserves, but it need to be declared from these options. So you need to tick on this: security premium reserve, capital reserve, free reserve, all of the above. Option D is clearly eliminated just because here capital reserve is also mentioned, and capital reserve is something, these are not for dividend purpose, that is not for distribution purpose. So now the option A and C, let's see the explanation part. The company can also pay dividend from the previous year profit and free reserve according to rule prescribed. Previous year reserve should be free from losses and depreciation. It says, in case company is having, suppose 80,000 profit in previous year, and this year company have a depreciation of 20,000 and a loss of rupees 20,000. So company need to adjust these first, that is 40,000 first, and then after it will pay from remaining 40,000 to the dividend. So it is saying that company can pay from free reserves, the option C. Let's move to the third question. The company shall be liable to pay simple interest at the rate of percentage per annum during the period for which default in payment of dividend continue. It is saying that whenever company declared the dividend, company need to be paid within 30 days after declaration. In case company defaulted in paying that dividend, so company need to pay dividend plus interest on that amount. So interest will be 1.5% per month or 18% per annum. So the option will be C. Again, we'll see the explanation part. The section 227 is saying company shall be liable to pay simple interest, not cumulative, simple interest per annum, rate of 18% per annum during the period which default continue. Let's move to the Fourth question. Dividend on these shares is payable even out of future profit if current year's profit are insufficient for the purpose. So, equity shares, no, they are the owner and they are the risk taker. So, in case company is earning the profit, then they will get the dividend. Otherwise, dividend need not to pay them. Bonus equity shares. This is again equity shares which are issued as a bonus shares. Cumulative preference shares and non-cumulative preference shares. As the name suggests, non-cumulative preference shares is preference shares when dividend, if company do not have the sufficient profit, they need not to pay the dividend in this year and again in next year. That is non-cumulative. But in case of cumulative shares, preference shares, it need to pay. So let's see the explanation part. Cumulative preference shares. A cumulative preference shares is one that carries the right to fixed amount of dividend, although all the preference share carrying fixed amount of dividend at a fixed rate. Such dividend gets accumulated and it arrears payable from the profit earned in the later years if the profit of current year is insufficient for the payment of dividend. Until and unless dividend on cumulative preference share is paid in full, including arrears, no dividend is payable to equity shareholder. So, there is full settlement for preference shareholder first. Then after, equity shareholder will get their dividend. So, here the cumulative preference shares is the options. So, one line is confusing here, that is dividend on these shares payable even out of future profit. So, how could company think about how much they will earn in the future? No, this is the language of the law. Actually, they are saying if current year's profit is not sufficient, please don't pay in the current year and pay in full in the next year. So, in next year, two kind of dividend need to be paid. One is for previous year and one is for current year. So, after paying these amount, if anything remains, that will be distributed among equity shareholder as a dividend. So, option is C. Let's move to the fifth question. When the board of directors declare dividend between the two annual general meeting of the company, such dividend is known as. So, first is final dividend, second is interim dividend, dividend to equity shareholder, dividend to preference shareholder. So, let's move to the explanation first. Answer is B, interim dividend. Interim dividend, which refers to dividend declared by the company board during any time year before official closing of financial year and calling for annual general meeting. According to that, company can declare interim dividend out of profit accumulated for current or previous year. So, interim dividend can be paid from the current year profit or previous year profit. The declaration of interim dividend done out of profit before the final passing of account, and therefore effectively interim dividend is so to be declared and paid between two AGM. It is saying like this. Suppose a company having AGM on July 19. Next AGM could be on July 20 and account is closing on 31st March 20. So, company can pay between these, that is here. So, this is interim dividend. Company has declared the interim dividend and paid that dividend to the shareholder between two AGM. The first AGM for the previous year was on 1st of July and second AGM will be coming on 1st of July 20. So, this is for current year, this is for previous year and this is for current year. So, interim dividend is paid within these period. That is why it is saying interim dividend. So, option is B. Again, final dividend. Final dividend is paid after AGM, after annual general meeting of current year. So, this will not be the answer for this question. The solution is B. So, these are the 5 questions. We'll keep posting. Please visit our channel again and again. We'll keep this series continue and we'll post further on another topic also. So, thank you.